The Creation of the American Identity by Denise No. I once had a college professor who derided the American Revolution as a, quote, popcorn revolution, unquote. He thought this because he believed our independence movement had not been a revolution motivated by a desire to create a new system, but motivated by the belief that King George III failed to treat the colonists the way he treated their brethren in Britain. The prof saw the founding fathers' outrage at being denied the rights of Englishmen as a relatively minor sort of political pain. It is my belief that the American Revolution came about because of a profound change in identification. And to understand that change, we must understand the nature of the original identification. The colonists of the original 13 colonies were mostly from England or descended from people from England. As such, they identified themselves as Englishmen, men in this case not a word standing in for humans, but for adult males, as public life at the time being pretty much the province of males. They had been raised to believe that Englishmen had certain rights and could not be denied those rights. The colonists began to become disillusioned with the home government across the pond after the 1763 end of the French and Indian War. The British government had incurred a large debt during that conflict and sought to offset it through additional taxes on the colonists. Thus, England passed the Stamp Act of 1765. As the Colonial Williamsburg website observes, it created an excise tax on newspapers, customs documents, licenses, college diplomas, and most legal documents. The website continues. 9 colonial legislatures officially expressed their objections to this British tax, and civil disobedience to this act was rampant throughout the colonies. The Stamp Act became increasingly unenforceable, and in March 1766, Parliament revoked it. While the Stamp Act repeal was welcomed, colonists continued to be dismayed by England's insistence on greater general taxation of the colonies, coupled with limits on self-government in the colonies. The Colonial Williamsburg website elaborates that colonial fears that the Crown was attempting to limit traditional English liberties throughout North America. The colonists had started with a strong, solid identification. They were Englishmen. As Englishmen, they could not accept a status as second-class Englishmen simply because of their location outside of England. When King George III and the English Parliament insisted on treating the colonists as second-class Englishmen, the rejection of such an identity forged a new identity. They became Americans. It was one of the most profound and far-reaching changes of political and social consciousness the world has ever known. If you like what you saw here, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and consider helping me out at my PayPal through ddnoe@bellsouth.net. Thank you. Bye.